everybody, it is I, Lightning Bliss. I am back with another TF2 critique react, basically. I know there's some people in the comments that are saying, why are you doing this? This is like your own video. Why are you reacting and critiquing it? Well, react is, I know in a way silly, but I do like to look back on videos I've done in the past and see how well they hold up to me on the same levels of personality as well as editing for myself. I mostly am reacting to my editing, but that doesn't mean I can't react to the acting of me and my colleagues of this series. I enjoy doing it. I also like the idea of explaining how I did certain seeds for certain areas and how I do my editing. While I do not exactly show like the editing program and how I created everything, because I don't have those files anymore because these videos are now out. I can verbally discuss what I like about the video and go into maybe some technical aspects of how I created certain scenes depending on the difficulty. So yeah, this is why I do it. For those who still don't think it's a good series, you don't have to watch it, I guess. But anyway, we're going to get started with another episode. This episode actually takes place after an episode I did for Dewulstinator, and that was a special called Emotions on the Battlefield. The reason why I'm not reviewing that one is because, well, I have an obvious certain individual that is a part of it, which is unfortunately a problem for me, and I can't really look at the video the same way again. But I do know I was very happy when I made that video for Dewulstinator and his fiance Katie Patterson, or aka Midnight Sonata. And while I wish I could critique or react to that video, I feel it in the best interest of my channel that I don't do so. Maybe one day I'll change my mind. Hey, maybe one day I'll get Dewulstinator to do it with me. You never know. That might be a special if people really want to see that. But for now, we are skipping to another episode called Power Up. I believe this episode involves KP. And this is the second major super form episode, because we are slowly and surely started to display that, oh, something weird is happening. We're getting super forms now, and I don't know why or how or what's going on. But yeah, we're just going to hop right into it. And of course, I'm going to stop for certain scenes to explain how I did what, and we'll just go from there. In 3, 2, 1, go. Auto editing was done by Joey Turner and Dewulstinator. That was a big help. Oh, yay, my quality's gone better.
KP, I've looked over your evaluation report, and as your mentor,
new vectors from Vector Brony, well done.
You are improving, but there are still points I'd like to discuss with you.
Fire away, Ink. Get it? Scout? Fire?
No, actually. Anyways, you are good at being a rather loud distraction for your teammates, but I don't think you're taking the time to really
This is a
learn
combination of vectors that me and
matter.
Vector Brody did. I
Let's
did some of the
face it,
KP,
there's no
he did
point.
some of Ink Rose.
Besides, video games are stupid.
KP, you can't just say that. We're playing to an audience that likes video games, remember?
Well, excuse me for wanting to be honest with the people.
I think I'd better bring this up to the big shots.
She said what? If she doesn't like games, then why is she here?
Maybe she just likes hanging out with us?
Yeah, she must love your generosity.
Anyways, how should we proceed with the punishment?
I don't know. What's the usual punishment for blasphemy these days?
I say we burn her at the stake!
Haha, it won't be me this time.
That makes 2 of us.
So, yeah, sorry I haven't been talking much, but... Sorry I've not been talking much, but this is all just basic chit-chat, and it's basically me just putting vectors together in certain positions and speeds and then moving them around and in the proper poses and expressions. The fire, once again, is a 2D animation I created. It's not the too fancy, but it gets the job done and the point across. And, yeah.
Silence!
We love it when Doc gets loud.
Everyone, please, calm yourselves. I am sure if we talked to KP and worked out some kind of compromise, we can have some good outcome of this situation than originally planned.
Aw, but I got the gasoline and everything. It's gonna be cool, and there was gonna be like a giant fireball.
I don't often get to make Firebrand looking sad and sappy.
There's always silver.
Aw, so close.
Why don't I talk to Mrs. Possible and work out some kind of plan? Is that fair to everyone?
I guess. Everyone meet after Silver's burning at the steak party?
Wait, what? You can never take me alive. You...
That was a zoom out effect.
Just don't overcook the wings, guys. Most people tend to do that.
Nothing too difficult.
I mean, how would you
Every
feel
now
if
and then I have to make vectors of silver and mix them with vector brony. That's why there's some inconsistencies.
Now, KP, I understand you are not enjoying the festivities of the game as well as some of the others. What would make it more of a pleasant experience for you?
Well, I am a Discord princess, and I did get all these new powers. I guess it would be fun to use them in the game. It is weird.
Nice vectors by Vector Brony again.
I'm blue, dada.
That effect of her having a flashback, that was a wave effect that is common in After Effects. It's just a matter of selecting the right one and how fast you want it to be and how far the wave effect you want it to go. It's a simple little effect. Love it in After Effects. It's something I recently discovered when I first edited this video. I'm always finding something new I could do in After Effects, and that's why I love working with it so much.
Dee da 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 dee da da da.
End of flashback.
Okay, the water effect. I don't normally make actual weather effects, but lately I've been getting more and more into that. I'm sure some people are wondering, well, why do you create water effects but you make a 2D effect for fire? Fire is extremely tedious to remake over and over and over again in After Effects. It requires several layers and using several different effects to create the display of flames. And the worst part is, it's hard to direct it in After Effects, I noticed. I learned it in college, and I really did not like how you create it because it's very time consuming, whereas 2D animated fire is just a loop and you can mold it in After Effects later on depending on where you want it to be and how fast you want it to go. So I prefer 2D fire, but when it comes to water in After Effects, it's pretty simple basic. It's using the effect called Particle World 2 or Particle Worlds, and it's basically controlling a display of particles, which direction it's going to go, what do they look like, color, using an X, Y, and Z axis points to give it direction. So water is actually easy for me to make in After Effects, but fire is not. Weird, huh?
The joke is that the ponies are already naked.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of nudists apparently, except Doc.
Well, KP, as I was saying, I think this is a fair compromise. A new power-up for you sounds like an excellent...
My pet rat is saying hi.
Idea?
Okay. Okay. Now we're getting into some real effects here. That beam blast was actually a form of animation I used for my OC Lightning Bliss. It was a rainbow beam, but I reconverted it to be green for KP. Then you have the GIF animation explosion effect that I created, and then you have like the interior of that building being shown. Basically that was a masking effect where I basically masked out a part of the building that was exploded, and then I put another map behind it, which was the inside of the building, just to assume, hey, maybe that's part of the building. And I put a few characters in there, obviously. And the vectors you're seeing right here of KP, I actually did the concept of what her super form would look like by her. I asked her for an idea of what she wanted, and she gave me a reference from one of her videos of how she's a Discord princess. And I took that reference, did a vector, did a few tweaks there of her request, and then I sent that to Vector Brony, and he did the vectors, which were pretty dang amazing. So, hello, Boo. I know you want to be part of the show, but you cannot. We're in the middle of something. Anyways, moving on. Same thing.
Ah, she's getting me!
Oh, that was cool. Pause it right where a flash of green happens. Okay. I had a fun idea, but obviously it didn't come to pass because KP just threw Lightning Bliss into the dumpster of robots. Bliss was thinking, oh, maybe I can challenge her as an Alicorn versus Discord Chaos Princess here, but I didn't even get the chance. That blast that KP conjured is actually a mixture of effects I used, like to make a super horn effect. Then I copied it around a circle and made a big white ball that glows, and it's basically just several animations mixed into one to create a ball of energy. And now, of course, you have just a compile of vectors to create the illusion of robots, trash of robots. And that flash of green was actually like green lightning, because yeah, KP is on the rampage. That's beautiful when invisible.
Let the record show I wanted to burn her at the stake, and you didn't let me.
He's right. Let the records show that this was your fault this time, Doc.
Hey!
It was his fault. I'm sorry.
Resistance is futile, mortals. Soon I will control the game and then the world. Or whatever.
Talk about to Mary Sue.
I heard that.
Question. Wouldn't it make more sense to be an Alicorn if you call yourself a princess?
Oh, what fun is there in making sense?
Yeah, poor voice.
I really should have seen that coming.
Yeah. That was off Google Docs,
guys, I think I got
Google Drive, Google Images.
Godzilla there, but I need your help. Who's the most expendable?
Poor voice.
Hey, haven't I had a hard enough day already? First I get turned into a shish kebab,
I had too
and now
much
I'm the
fun with
scapegoat
this.
for one of your cutaways. Come on, I should get something for this.
Yeah, don't ask for milkshake. It'll be a while.
Fine. But next time, I get to at least choose the temperature of the fire.
Oh, poor voice. So this is basically an outstretched background that I really had to stretch off to give the illusion of speed, because voice is running for his life from a conjured Timberwolf, which I got off Google Images. Yeah, pretty much. The background stuff going on was basically a series of vectors, a piano crushing voice, an explosion. That lightning effect of him being shocked was also created in After Effects. It's called Advanced Lightning. And it's a fun little trick I use every now and then to get the illusion that, oh, shocks are happening, electricity's happening, whatnot. I made these.
Hey, I know you want to talk about stuff that Jean Delancey talks about, like sailing. There's one, and classical novels, and...
How do I know you're really John?
You have been noticed.
Okay, let's talk about my videos, Ann.
Follow me and keep talking.
I wanted you to notice me for such a long time.
I had no idea what the sound effect was for a while, and Will Slayer had to explain it to me, that she's basically being all giddy here.
You know, I just wanted to be your best.
Ah, smoke effect. Recently, that was new. That's new. Yeah, I'm like an Alcor board ready to go.
So, KP, what have we learned?
If you overcook silver, it ruins the tenderness of the meat.
Oh my.
No, you can't just use cheap power-ups to ransack through a game that you don't even understand. Not only is that an easy way to get banned, it makes the game not fun for the rest of us. Nobody likes cheaters. This thing seriously have a moral?
Yeah, apparently.
Unless you won't do it again.
Fine, take all the fun out of everything, why don't you? I just wanted to enjoy the game my way. Gosh, you're just like my mom.
How is that?
Pardon me, Firebrand, but I'd like to propose a compromise.
Epilogue.
Trying to use more of the diversity of the maps
these
here.
Discord training sessions are great. It keeps both teams on their hooves and super fresh.
Yeah, it's like a boss rush mode that we don't die to.
Now this is what I call fun.
Is anyone gonna tell her that this is just a simulation?
Tell that to Silver.
Ah, my pride.
So that was power up the vectors of Silver looking bald and stuff. Those were mine. A few effects of him, of feathers falling down. Yeah, so overall thoughts about this project. I had a lot of fun with it. It's one of those projects where I get to have fun with the effects. Obviously, I'm starting to take more strides to improving the quality, improving the visual movements. When you have action scripts or videos like these, they're a lot more fun. Dialogue is just them talking, and then the editor themselves have to find a way to keep it entertaining, like maybe something's happening in the background, or maybe the movements are exaggerated as they talk, but dialogue isn't as fun to edit as action scenes. So I was very happy when I finally saw the script, and I'm like, ooh, there's gonna be a lot of action in this one. It's so much fun. I love it. Yeah, I did see a few issues. Like, obviously there are some inconsistencies with the vectors. Like, I basically was like, I would be making vectors for Silver or Firebrand, and sometimes even Doc. Like, those laying down effects of his were relatively new, kind of. And you could see some inconsistencies going on between two artists. It happens. This will actually change the further we go down the road with recent episodes that have been uploaded. Obviously because we're no longer using certain vectors, and some of them just needed to be updated. But yeah, overall, I had fun with this video. I certainly feel like I'm still playing it a little safe, but I don't think I could think of anything to change this, so I'm relatively happy with it. But if you guys have opinions about the editing, feel free to comment down below, and thanks again for watching and supporting me, and stay tuned for a shout out to my Patreons at the end of this. Keep an eye out for those rainbows. They will make you smile. And we are back with another shout out for my Patreons for April 2018. A big thanks to all the Patreons who donated to me this far for this month. Thank you guys so much. This shout out goes out to Science-SteelRail, Lunar Beats, Joshua Hansen, Night Mist, Juke Denton, Kimberly Cook, Jacinto Valentine, Saethwr, ZionKraze, Joseph Hudson Plumb 5, Anime Guy 01, Tenebre, Wing Preener, Rub C's, Ripple-Effect-MLP, Joshua A Sterrett, Blass Armor, Scratchy, Jeffery Ritter, TwilightSparkleFan, Harm's Way, Marshall Fortnum, Silverheart 101, Walker Ironheart, Cartoonktisune, Brandon Mcfadden, FameStar01, Quakeor, Akabono 808, Josh Scorcher, and Shade. Again, guys, thank you so much. And as always, keep an eye out for those rainbows. They will make you smile.